In 2014,
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name's Ryan, and this is Developers Garage. Hey, everyone, how are you doing this fine Monday morning, afternoon, wherever you're at? How are we doing out of the sky, Hoshi? How are you doing this today? It's 1 o'clock here, so it's a little bit past noon. So hopefully everyone's having a good Monday and just getting stuff accomplished today. I know it's still getting used to everything that's going on around here. I know. It's still a struggle sometimes. The best thing I can say is communication, especially with your significant other, your spouse, whoever is in your family that you are staying with right now. It's tough sometimes. You know, we're all used to our own environments, and now all that has changed. At least for most of us, that has changed, and so we've got to get used to it and do things just a little bit differently. And I think everybody will be able to handle it. Now, I want to caution everybody. I'm seeing all this stuff about people who are not taking this COVID thing as seriously as possible. It's serious. I know it may not be. You're like, hey, it's not in our area. We got no cases around here. Yeah, you want it to stay that way. That's what this social distancing thing is all about. It's about making sure that it doesn't go anywhere. If you keep socializing, guess what? It just takes one person. I don't know if you all heard about the story. I just saw it on Twitter this morning, that the fact that there was a choir group that met in Washington, an hour south, even though they were warned, hey, you got to be careful. This thing's coming. This thing's around. 60 people joined, met up for a choir practice. Guess what? 45 of them contracted the virus. I think three of them are dead now. And that's one incident. It just shows you how it just takes one little socialization and all of a sudden it's gone. So, or it's not gone. It's everywhere. It has gone like it's off like a shot. So, practice that social distancing. I know it's tough. I have two kids, and they're both here, a 9 and 4-year-old. So yeah. It's, if you got younger kids, you know what I'm talking about. And if you've had younger kids, you know what I'm talking about. So, keep it up. The more we stay away from each other, the quicker this gets under the control, the quicker we get back to reality. So, all right, let's get back to it. So last Friday, we looked at some integrations. We looked at taking a website, which we created brand new, that was a chore all on its own. Used a content management system to contain our content. Used a static site generator, Gatsby, to generate our site for us. And then we used Snipcart to add e-commerce integration. Now that was actually it was fun. It was a 5.5-hour stream, but we got it done. We got it accomplished. So what we're going to do today, we're going to get back to it. We're going to go back. We're going to clean it up a little bit. We'll make it look a little more pretty. Add some of the functionality that I wanted to add on Friday that I didn't get to. So we're going to try and do that today. And I'm not going to try to be here for 5.5 hours. I'm going to try 2 to 2.5 today. We'll see how that goes, because I got other stuff to get accomplished. All right, let's see. Where's my button? There's my button. All right, before we get started, though, if you've not heard, the Live Coders team, which I am a proud member of, we are putting on our own conference, our own developer conference. So we've got some great things happening on April the 9th. Please, I'm not going to beg you. If you are a developer who wants to learn and is interested in growing, I assume that's why you're here. Check that out. Go to that website. Actually, I'm going to go to this website. Let me put this in the chat for y'all. Go to this website and check it out. There's all this other stuff. Here's our speakers we've got going on. These are some amazing folks, some amazing speakers. I will be there watching. I will be there chatting away there. All there. Am I doing a presentation? unfortunately not. This is how awesome it is. These people have got some amazing content. I didn't quite make the cut, but I know what I've got to do to make the next cut. Because this isn't going to be our last conference. This is our first of many coming up. So, no, I won't be presenting, but I'm going to be in the chat, cheering everyone away, answering questions. You know, it's going to be a blast. And I thought we had a save the date. Oh, is this save the date? Nope, this just goes there. I thought we had a save the date card you could click on and just automatically add it to your calendar. Block it off. April 9th, we start at 6 Pacific time. So that's going to be 8 a.m. my time, which is okay. How to make the cut, make a WebXR game in 112 kilobytes. Wow. That would make the cut. That is something interesting. I think we've got somebody in there. How to build it in 13 kilobytes. Oh, yeah, I see what you did there, Snable. Uh-oh. I got some other work to do for my one-on-one stuff that I got to get accomplished. We'll get to it. We'll get there. All right. Yeah, so look at this. These are some amazing folks over here. Amazing speakers, and I'm actually I'm a little glad I'm not speaking, because that's some big hype to live up to. So, but look at that. We're going from 6 p.m. Pacific time to 11. Wait. I've forgotten my military time here. 10:30 Pacific time, 22:30 Pacific time. Now you do see we have a little bit of break in there, which is going to have a party. We're going to host a party for this thing, folks, in the middle of the day for me. Others, it'll be your evening. I think that's kind of what we tried to do here, to make sure we had something that anybody could attend. It's within somebody's normal working hours around the world. I think that was the whole goal here. So come join us. Come have some fun. Enjoy the parties. Enjoy it all. Block it off. April 9th. I mean, we are 8 days away. No, I'm sorry. It's not April 1st yet, Ryan. We're more than 8 days away. Let's see. Let's look at the calendar here, right? Calendar here. April 8th, a week from April 9th. Whew. It is Monday. A week from Thursday, folks. A week from Thursday. Block your day, block your calendar, or just lurk. I'd do that. I'll probably do a little bit of work, lurk a lot, not lurk a lot. I'll be engaged a lot, and I'll lurk a little bit. Let's go have some fun. All right, so let's get to it. Let's go look at our app we started on Friday. Oh, if you're new to this stream, I forgot to mention, we're a technology stream, but we take tangents like no other. I mean, I think we go off on more than what most people do, and that's okay. Wait, didn't Jitter Ted have thing? I don't know. Oh, Jitter Ted was on there. Is he not? I don't remember. I thought he did. This was the last. I know they're still working some things out. They're still working on some backups just in case some things fell through. So this is always going to be subject to change, as with any conference, and as Ryan needs to adjust his green screen. There we go. Bye-bye, black corner. There we go. All right. Yeah, I thought Jitter Ted did have something in there. Now, he's on a little hiatus right now, according to some of his accounts. So hopefully he's taking a much-needed break and we'll be back. So, but yeah, I think he was on the list. I think. Now, I am old, so. But just like that, even with, things happen. People get sick. We are in the middle of a pandemic here, so. But they've got things planned. They've got things covered. You will not be at a loss for watching this stuff. All right. So back to, that's not the right app. That's the right app. All right. So back to our app. So here's what we did. Let's go to this screen. Done with that for now. So here's what we did. We took the idea, the concept that, hey, we want to help out with this COVID-19 pandemic going on. And how can we do that? Well, you know what? I've seen quite a few people making masks to go over the masks that the health professionals are wearing. And why are they doing that? Because it makes them last longer. These things are in short supply, and they need to last as long as possible. So if they can minimize the amount of particles that get in there and stuff that gets around them, then the longer they can be used. And so a lot of hospitals, a lot of healthcare providers are actually looking at making masks to cover their masks. And so it's like, okay, well, there's other people that want to get involved out there. There's other people that want to help out and get things done and help. And so they want to sell their wares, their masks that they're making, their homemade masks. And so that's kind of what we made. We started out creating a site. We wanted to manage our content, someplace that was easy to go update, add items, and add different things to it. Change wording, change descriptions. So we're using the content management system, Kentico Content, for that. And then we wanted to make sure we had some way, a nice, fast site. We don't want it to be slow. We don't need a lot of server-side rendering going on just to display this application. Oh, excuse me. So we went with a static site generator, and I chose Gatsby and React. React is the server side. It's a development language that the framework we're using with Gatsby. And then we got to be able to sell it, right? We wanted to quickly be able to add e-commerce capabilities into this site so we can sell things. And we chose Snipcart to do that. And I will say, by far, Snipcart, outside of content, now, because I work for Kentico, I kind of take that learning curve out of the loop because I should know that by now. So Snipcart, by far, was the easiest to implement and get going. And I'm going to even say it's actually easier than setting up content because you literally go create an account, create your ID, get your public key, throw a button on your page, add a few fields, and boom, Snipcart's ready to go. It's literally that simple. We had some hurdles, and that was because there's some little nuances with React and Gatsby that we had to overcome, but we did it. So the idea now is we want to clean it up. We want to make it an actual usable sample that somebody could go say, oh, that's how you do that. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's start off. Let's look at where we're at. And I want to be honest. I played a little bit with making it look a little bit better. And I was like, you know what? Let's do that on stream. So we're going to go to HTTPS, localhost 8000. Let's see, do I have the server? I don't have the server running, I guess. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. Did I misspell localhost? Localhost 8000. Is that where this is running? As you can see, I was playing. Yes. Oh, it's not HTTPS. That's an issue. There we go. All right, there we go. So we started off with the Gatsby default starter, which you can see here. But then we added a products page and a product page. The products where we spent Friday working on a lot. That's where, as you can see, I've got all this here. We've got our add to cart button, which this is our Snipcart integration right here. And let's see. What do I want to do? Sorry, I'm looking at something here. Here we go. But made myself go away for just a second. Our Snipcart integration, and I'm pointing like you can still see me, but our Snipcart integration up here, it's all ready to go. I just added one item. I can go check out. Snipcart's handling all the payment stuff. That's what's so simple about this. That's what the ease of use here is. They're handling all the payment stuff. They've got it locked for you. You don't have to worry about PII or credit card, whatever the credit card protection stuff is. They've got that. They've got it handled. We're ready to go. So, all right, let's bring me back now. There we go. Hi. All right. So, sorry, Twitter's blowing up. I'm blowing up on Twitter. I like that. No. All right. So, we've got that page. As you can see, we've got a little bit left to do here, but here's the awesome piece about this information right here. This information is actually all content management based, which means I just go update it on Kentico content and boom, it's going to update here. You want to see? Actually, you can't see because it's static site generation. It's not server side rendered. So if I refresh, this data is not going to change. Watch. Actually, here we go. Let's do that. Let's show kind of what that is like. I know I'm bouncing around a little bit, but it's what I do. I'm trying to get better. Sign in. You know who I am. Let me in. There we go. So I'm going to change this project to our COVID-19 initiative. Our N95 mask cover. We create a new version. It's that simple. You just create a new version up there. Let me blow this up to 150 so all my friends at home who have eyesight kind of like me can read this. Extend the life of your mask. Okay, so we added a little bit of text there. Now the key thing is it auto saves. So here's one of the beauties is if you're like if you're a developer like me who's, you know, has been known to go a while without pressing save or build to save, then if something happens, your internet drops, your connection goes bad, whatever reason this browser crashes on you, you don't lose your work. It's auto-saving everything for you. So you're covered in that fact. Now, you do have to publish it. In order to make it live to show up, you do have to publish it. And I'm going to publish now. I could schedule to publish, say, at midnight, because that's when I want it to go, the update to go live, whatever reason. I could do that, but I don't need to do it right now. We're going to go ahead and publish this. There we go. We are published. And now I can come back here and I just refresh, right? Refresh, and I get not working. No, I told you it's not going to work. Not going to work until I stop our server here and I go run Gatsby development to rebuild the site. So these static site generators, what they're doing is they're using dynamic functionality, JavaScript, actually React, to build static pages and use dynamic data sources. Which means every time I rebuild my app, I go and pull that data source from Kentico content, bring it down, and plug it into my page. So that's nice, right? Except you're like, well, I want it to go live. Why do I have to republish? You want a fast site, right? You have, see, there it goes. Extend the life of your mask. So it's there. You've got your drawbacks. You do have to rebuild the site. With static sites, you're going to have to rebuild it to get that. That's kind of your price for speed. Now, Gatsby does have you covered, or is going to have you covered, I don't know which, in the fact that their site they're working on partial rebuilds. So they've got some customers who are using it that have thousands of items, thousands. And so imagine that rebuild, imagine that site rebuild, and then have to push all of that out there. You don't want to have to do that. You want to basically only publish and update the part that you changed. They're working on that. Now, the other thing is you're like, okay, well, how do I have to go hit publish every time? Or do I have to go rebuild manually every time? No. There are webhooks that you can build into content or whatever solution you're doing that can automatically kick off those builds whenever you make a change. And we'll look at doing that here. Maybe today, maybe another time. I don't know yet. It depends on how quickly I get going and stop chatting.
Just do it!
That's right. Just do it. Get to it, Ryan. All right. So we've kind of gone over the little architecture we've got in there. Now, you can see here, we've got our page. Now, I did spend a few moments this morning looking at how can we do the products page. So if you'll remember before we had our products page, it actually had nothing in it. We started by putting an item in there. That was our first test just to get things going, get things working. And then I kind of moved it to its own page and we dynamically generated all of our items or our item because we only have one. And then I was like, you know what? We need to have a page that has all of our products on it. And you select it and you go into it. Like right here, I can select this and it takes me to the mask page. I go back and it breaks. I don't know why it breaks. This is actually a new one. This is actually a test that I just tried that it. Why? What? Okay. Anyways, we'll refresh and it comes back. I'm not sure what happened there. We'll look at it. So let's go look at what I did. And I've done a couple of things here. Okay, now we're back here. So I'm back on here's my index page. Products page is where we want to be. I'm going to save us something here. And I'm just going to close all. And we are going to go to the products page. So the products page is where I made those changes you just saw. So the first thing I did was I had to get my GraphQL query. Now I did that, for those of you that weren't here last time, I did that by a built-in GraphQL, I don't say an editor, but a GraphQL page. And with your Gatsby site, that comes baked in. Nice, right? So it's localhost 8000 /_ See, there you go. GraphQL. So you get GraphQL Explorer. That's the word I wanted to use. So this allows me to see everything that I have access to on my site. And I can select the fields that I want to create the query I need. Excuse me. So this is one we had yesterday. Definitely not the one I was working on earlier. But what I did earlier, I'm going to create a new one here. So instead of doing all content item, I only want the main products. I don't want the variants. Because if I do the all content items, I'm going to get the product and then all the variant types underneath it. So I'm going to just go ahead and get those other ones out of the way. And we're just going to get our main product items. And then we just go through and say, okay, I'm going to get the nodes. And in the nodes, I need an ID. So that's the thing, when you're dynamically generating stuff in Gatsby, you have to have each div really needs to have its own ID. And that's what Gatsby is using for some tracking and some other things. Inside there, I also want this slug where we're going to navigate to, when we click on that item, some elements. So I want to get the image URL. Come down here, just keep on clicking down. I want the name. I always want to use the value. If you get the name, you're actually going to get more like think of a property name. So that's not what we want. We want the short description because we're just a little preview of what's going on. And we want to get, not the variants this time. And that's everything. And that gives us this query right here, which is what we need to, is what actually is everything we had on this other page. And that's what we've got right here. So our first thing was that I did that, created my query. Next thing I did was I went and did this piece in here. We'll talk about the surrounding things in just one second. This little piece is I'm getting all my data items and I'm getting the nodes. And right there, I'm doing a map. I think it's map reduce. I'm not a JavaScript guy, so forgive me if I get that wrong. But I do the map, which is kind of like it's going to do a for each on my solution here. Yes, I know you can do a for each, but we're doing a map. And I don't know if there's any performance differences between map and for each. Not sure. But what we're doing is we're going to for each all those nodes. And then I'm getting this node. And then I can use it in this piece right here. This is kind of like what's going to be executed for each one of the items in the array. So this is going to give me an array and loop over it. This is the array. This is going to loop over that array. And so I just created a div and I created basically little items there. Gives us our products page. Gives us this thing right here. Now, yes, there's only one item there. We'll do something in a second to show you what 2 items looks like. So I did that and it's like, okay, it didn't look pretty. It didn't look good at all. And I was like, that's just, I need something a little bit better. I need to do something. And so that's where I remember one of my friends, Floyd May, who was talking about this material design thing that Google has out there. And he talked about adding material design to one of the sites we're working on, the Tulsa.net user group site, to give it a little bit more style, a little bit more pizzazz, and a lot less CSS that I have to manage. That was a win for me. The moment it was like, hey, you don't have to write this cool CSS stuff, I was like, I'm in. I can do minimal CSS to tweak it here and there to make it how I want. And that's what we did. So I added material design. Now, to do that, I had to do a couple things. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and Google this because I closed that browser. So material.io. Material.io is where you go to get the material design, to learn about material design. And again, this is Google's thing. Now, it is open source. I'll throw this here in the chat room. If you want to go check out material design, there's your link. Go for it. Now, material design, the way I remember it, actually first started with their web, with Android, is where I first saw it. I don't know if it was on the web yet or not, but I first saw material design for the Android applications, specifically the Xamarin applications that were being built for Android. And I was like, that's pretty cool, the controls that they have baked out in the box. And so you see right here, these guidelines. Now, these are universal guidelines, not just for mobile or web. It's for all of them. And you have the components. Now, the thing about these components, let's go ahead and open it. I'm going to open it in a new tab simply because I don't like pressing the back button. You see here, it's talking about top bar, backdrop, all this. This is Android stuff right here, okay? Android, iOS, Flutter, you can see it right there. There's uses on it. You have some that are available for the web, but we don't want to have to sort through to figure out what we want. So they helped us out there. Scroll down just a little bit further, you see material components for the web. That's where I began. Now, I literally spent about 30 to 45 minutes just trying to figure out how to get started, because I was like, okay, this is something I want to bring to the group here. So it actually was fairly simple to get started. So I looked at the components. This is not the right thing. The component catalog, that's what I wanted. And I started seeing, okay, there's the card. I was like, okay, I know cards. I know what they are. They separate units in a list. Much more readable, and they've already got the necessary styling built in. So I wanted to do that. Here's what a card looks like. So I was like, that makes more sense. If I'm thinking of a product store, an e-commerce store, that's kind of what the look I want. So I was like, all right, go to the source code, which I think is more so I didn't go to the documentation. I don't know if I should have gone there or not. I probably should have. Go to the documentation. Gives you a little bit of information there. And now you can basically see how you get started. I had to use an npm install the material card, and then that's all I had to do. Now, there's a couple things we had to change because we are using React. And this was something that took me a second to figure out. I had a couple things that I needed to do. So let's look at what I had to add in my my Gatsby React project in order to get this to work. So I did the npm install. That's fine. That does exactly what you would expect it to do. Installs it into your node modules. So if you look down here at material, you're going to see I have card right here. And it installed all the things I need. The CSS, that's the other beauty of this. This is all CSS. I don't have any JavaScript I have to load, at least for the stuff I'm doing right now. So I installed that. Now, in order to get to work, the first thing you got to do, you got to bring the CSS into your project. It doesn't automatically get added. So I need to clone node modules because it's huge. But I went to my layout. And what I did was just add my import there. So the reason this was different than what we did last time with our Snipcart integration, Snipcart was being hosted on a CDN. Still is, by the way. This one is actually local. So I'm referencing it from a local cache, a local store, local file. Name it however you feel. And so I just add that there. That's the first thing I had to do. And the next thing was I come over to my products page, right? It's a page. Products page. I don't have to do anything in there. And oh, and see this one, I have this. I have some other things I started on that I didn't finish. We'll go to that in just a second. Right here, you can see I added this. This is the stuff we needed for the card. And so I had to change class to class name, because that's how React's doing. React is saying, oh, you've got a class name, then we're going to put that in the class field for the class attribute when we generate the HTML. Those are the couple little things that I had to do, and boom, I had a card. That was it. I just put my text and everything inside that card, and it was ready to go. Now, had I read the documentation a little bit further, cards contain content and actions about a single object. See, I like this format. This is what I want. And I think I was down here and I copied some stuff to make it the way I want. No, I didn't. So I want to change some stuff in here. I want to get to that demo that we saw there because I like that layout. That's what I want for ours. So if I look at our page, that's okay and all, but it's just not quite there yet. So we need to fix that. And we'll do that in just 1 second. All right. Now the next thing I did was, and if I remove some things, it actually, if you do the card, by default, it takes up the entire width, as much space as it can. And so that's what we want it to do. Now we need to constrain that. I want to go in to be able to do a grid system to be able to have multiple items on a page. And so, again, materials got me covered. So if I come back to our list here, there is a grid. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? And it's probably here, and I'm looking right over it. A, B, C, D, E, F. Layout grid. It's an L, starts with an L. Which that handles that for you. So think of Bootstrap. What you're thinking of, you may be thinking about some Bootstrap stuff here. Well, that's kind of a little bit like material design. So go to the documentation. Tells me how I can get started. Same thing, do the npm install, go to my layout page, and just import that CSS. And then I basically copied and pasted that in. I need to go update these and use class names now, because that's where I kind of left off. And then we'll get back to styling our item. The nice thing about those is every time I do that, it's going to rebuild and refresh that page. So it's monitoring the Gatsby develop. Once you run that, it's doing a file watcher. It's watching for any files that are updated inside this source folder. Only inside this source folder, not in any of these others. So just inside this source folder. All right. So let's make that look a little bit better. So I liked the card layout that we had here. So I want to get my image, and I want to get a title, and then basically what do we call that? A short description right there. So that's where we want to get. Now let's come down here. They've got all this defined for me. So I'm looking for an all-in-one solution here. We recommend using material icons. Well, we're not using icons just yet. So this is falling into incorporating all of the above elements, which is what we want. So we've got the media card, media square. Oh, here we go. Optional media area that covers a custom background image. So let's look at this real quick. So these are the buttons. Those are those actions at the bottom there. What I want is these different pieces here. So we've got the content in there, and then we have the media square primary action. Well, interesting. Let's look at what this is. Optional. The main tappable area of the card typically contains most or all card content except card actions. Okay, so let's look and see if do we have this one in inside our card. So we have the MDC card. We start here. We need to get the primary action. So we need another div that's going to contain that piece for us. So let's do the, oh, here's our card. Div, class name equals. Now I could copy and paste. I learn better by doing. So you're going to see me type some of this out. I won't make you suffer through all my typing. So I will copy and paste some, but I want to get a little bit of this going to help me, just a little bit of muscle memory going on here. Primary, and what you'll notice is there is a structure to a lot of these things. So the MDC card stuff is going to be prefixed with MDC card underscore underscore, and then it's going to use the action afterwards. Okay, so there's that. And I need another closing div here. Okay, so there we go. So let's see if that changed anything on our page. Nothing noticeable. I think I am getting actually a hover. So we're getting more of a hover now than we did before. All right, let's see what else can we add to this card to make it better? Okay, so we've that. So then we've got the div class MDC card underscore media underscore media dash square. Okay. So let's add that div now. And another div here. Class name equals that. Go to MDC dash card underscore media. And then we add another one, MDC dash card, additional style here. Media dash square, I believe. Dash square. That. And we want to come down here. We're going to close this out. And do a little cleanup here. There we go. Save that and let's see what happens now. Okay. All right. That changed that a little bit. So now the question is, how do I get my media in there? So I'm typically the guy that's like, okay, just show me, but we're going to read a little bit of documentation here because I feel like that's what they want us to do. Style customization. So the media is a custom background dash image with background dash size cover. So I think what they want us to do is to override the background image that's defined in here with the one that basically our card. Okay. So let's do that. So I'm going to copy this. We're going to go to our own style sheet that we have, our layout.css, and we're going to add a dot that, and we're going to say background. Oh. So this is where we probably add the background image. So let me test that by grabbing an image from and images / Gatsby - astronaut. And what I think it's going to do, I think it's wanting that. So if I come back over here, look at this. No, that didn't work, did it? Recompile. So this should recompile this. So come up one layer to source, go to images, Gatsby - astronaut. astronaut.png. All right, let's look at this. So style customization, background, area that displays a custom background image with background dash cover size. All right, so that is not actually telling me the information. All right, so this is some variants in here. This is some JavaScript stuff, which don't want yet. Not yet. Oh. A little bit of, sorry about that. I was wondering why I'm so quiet when I just pause for a second. So that's the styles. It's a different way to do it. But what it's not telling me, it's not telling me how I have my card and how do I put my image in there. This is where I think a lot of documentation says, hey, you should already know how to do this. And that's not most of everybody. So here's icons, but that's not really where that's going to be more in our action area. What I want is scroll down here, bump that to 150. So there's my card. There's my image. I want to check out the image. Let's look at this demo real quick. It's a variant, text over media. Ooh, that's kind of cool. But you show me this demo and then you do not tell me how you did it. Frustrating. So let's go look at the source code here. Again, you're regurgitating everything you just had on your page. Really what I want is I want to see your page. No. See the card contents section. Okay. That's primary action, rich media. So we're showing rich media and cards. And optionally, container. Oh, there it is. Mike-card__media. There it is. Okay. Here's, and I think I see what I did here.
Only one person brings them all together.
I save that. Yes. Come back over here. And boom, there it is. Okay. That's what I expected to see for the most part. And that's not what we want. Well, it is. Let's get the text lines set out and lined out right. So let's come back over to our documentation. Back up here, go to our docs. Oh, hey, look, there's the web. And there it is in React. So evidently I can use this card thing in React. We'll look at that in just a second. For right now, we're going to use this piece right here. And I take that, this is probably not React.js. This is probably React for Android. Anyways, back to here. Showing a little bit of, come on, scroll issues here. Demo card media content, but it's not showing me the CSS. That's something you really should show someone if you want them to figure this out. So we'll go to our demo. There's basic. Media cards using a 16:9 demo style background. Oh, I can. That's how we'll do it inside ours. So let's change. We're going to get rid of this. Okay. We'll come back to our products here. And inside here, oh, no, we need to use class name. Again, Ryan, class name. Let's see what that turned out to be. Okay. Now we need to add a style equals. Yeah. Tabbing back and forth between things. It's going to be here, actually. Background image. URL. There we go. Background. Dash image. Colon. And this is where we're going to put our URL. And that's going to be this piece right here. And I messed something up. Just a second. Oh, not double handlebars. Forget how to do the string interpolation here. To build that up. Actually, that's, yes, I need to do that. Background image dash URL. Okay, so let's do the React. React string interpolation. How do I do? Oh, maybe it's a JavaScript thing. Backticks. There we go. No? Don't like that? Let's see. I think I got an extra one of these here. Is it the $sign? It's not the $sign. So this said use backticks and the $sign. But see, this didn't like the backticks. Expected that. Okay, so yeah, there's backticks again. I don't. Gatsby. Let's try this. How to use custom. That's GraphQL stuff. This is React.js, Gatsby. Have I been doing this? I've probably been doing this someplace else in here. So let's go find, or they've been doing this some other place. Max width. Oh, look at that. I can do this piece here, I think. Style that. Let's go try that. Let's try it that way, rather than the way I did it. Do double handlebars there. Okay, so there we go. That one. Okay. Get rid of this $sign here. I don't know that I actually need this set of handlebars. Okay, so it doesn't like this, expects a... probably something like that. So let's see what that looks like. Warning, it does not like that. Image elements must have an alt. URL is not defined. Haha. All right, let's Google that one. Gatsby, React, style, image, URL. Working with images in Gatsby. Yeah, sounds good. Some interesting images they pulled up there. So there's that. It's not really what I want. Fluid. Okay. Not what I want. That's coming from a file. Not what we want to use, folks. I've got a URL. Let's do background. A little bit more specific in our query. So here's one. That's pretty much what we want to do. So image background. Yep, that's right. So this is referencing this. You would do that. Enter reference logo.png. Do that. Okay. Been using emotion. Okay, so that's really what we're doing here. That worked with style components. Ah, here it is right there. Backticks. So I need to put backticks on this. And then I need to do the string interpolation here. So this should give us kind of where I think we need to go. Oh, look at that. There it is. Perfect. Almost perfect. We're getting there. So we don't need this one anymore. This one can go away. So let's take a look at it now. Okay, now we've got title over our image. So let's clean that up some. Back to where it was actually telling us what to do. Back in here. So now we want to insert our title. And so we're going to basically use this series of, we're going to start with just this one. So still give it that H2. Let's see what I was doing. I was using an H3. Let's do an H2. And we're going to give it a class name equals that. Let's see what that looks like now. Okay, there's that. Mark Prinsloo, thanks for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you're having a good Monday. I know it's the beginning of the week. How good can it be? You know, I guess we're all still here, right? Give us a shout in the chat. Let us know what you're up to, what you want to learn, what you're excited about. All right, so we've got that title in there, looking better. Now let's come over here again. Let's pick it up. Our subtitle, which is going to be our, so this is secondary is where we're going to place this actually. Visit 10 places on our planet, blah, 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 blah. That's what we're going to copy that. Because this shows it's actually going to go after our media card. Okay, so we have our media card right here. It's after our media card, but in our primary action, correct? Yes. So after our primary, still in our primary action, but after this. And so here we're going to insert our description. I'm going to take and rip this out of here. Save that. Let's go see what that looks like. Extend life. Perfect. All right, there we go. Okay, I still don't like the title being over the picture. So let's take a look, because I thought this basic had the oh, that's there it is. Let's come back here now and take a look at it. So it changed a little bit. So we have primary. Okay, so the background image, then you have demo card primary. Okay. That's the piece I was missing. Close out that div, and then we're going to take this H2. We're just going to bring it out of here. Get rid of this. So let's take a look at that. It's rebuilds our site. That's awesome. It's very fast. Now what we don't have in here is the click. Our link is gone. So now we have to figure out, how do I link this to something? How do I send it? I click on it. How do I take it someplace? So let's come back to our material. So our actions. So this is our actions piece. But I'm missing, I think that's one thing they're missing right here, is how do I go someplace? This area is used to show different actions the user can take. Typically a button at the bottom of the card. It's often used with buttons. Got it.
Did you know that Spotify makes
I want to now. I actually want to navigate someplace. Here's an I. Okay.
Of 30 songs based on others that you love. It's called Discover Weekly, and you can play it right now. But remember, the playlist changes.
These don't
every week, so
actually.
when you hear something that pricks up your ears, hit the heart
The main
button.
tab over the card typically contains most or all the card content except the card actions. Only upload cards that have a primary action that the main surface should trigger. How do I trigger that action? I think that's what this is not telling me. Trigger. Material, you're not telling me what to do here. Make a nice little thing here. Go to our docs. There's that. All right. Material. .io. Card action. Yes, but you're not telling me what to do. Hey, yo, what's up, Curious Drive? Welcome, my friend. How was your Monday? Yes. Big feature proposed to create an internal element to align the buttons. I don't care about that. I really trying to just figure out what do I set to make this go. Handle the click here. Navigate. Understanding navigation. This is going to be apps. I don't want to do, I know how to do apps. Let's see, does React tell me anything? Here's the thing is, if I put the link on here around this card, it's going to format this a little the way I don't want it, I think. So let's look. let's just try it and see. So if I take this link now and I move the link, and we're going to put it around the entire card. Cut that. Not that one. It's going to be this one here. Right? No. This one. There we go. Am I doing JavaScript? Oh man, people are dying at sadness. It's actually very sad. I read about the one about the incident of the choir group out of Washington. 60 people met to sing, and 45 ended up infected, and 3 died. It's sad. I'm doing JavaScript today. I'm doing a mixture of things. So yes, we are running JavaScript. We're actually doing React with a little bit of Gatsby, or Gatsby with a little bit of React, however you want to look at it. But we're cleaning it up. We're cleaning up our solution from Friday to make it usable and actually look kind of nice too. So we're learning a little bit about that stuff. Again, see, I did that link and it made that. I don't like that. I don't want that. No. Made all the text navigatable. Navigatable. Oh, man, I can't talk. All right. That was the wrong sound. That was not what I was trying to. Oh my. It's going to be this.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's. All right, that wakes you up a little bit. Words, yes, words are hard. Okay, so this made that linkable. I want to know if by this material design, if it actually has the navigation piece built into it. If not, I guess let's look at this. Gatsby. Material. UI. And card. Navigation. Navigatable? Navigation. There we go. Card component UI. Yes, yes, yes. JavaScript, how to add material UI to Gatsby site. I've done that. We've got material UI in here. It's working. Card Actions API. Let's look at this one real quick. This is probably not the same material UI. No, it's not. Import card actions. Yes, yes, yes. There's the CSS. Really what we want is we want to go someplace. Optional. Except MDC. Typically contains most or all card content, except MDC card underscore actions. Only applicable cards to have that primary action that the main surface should trigger. Yes, yes, I want that. Trigger. This may be my JavaScript stuff. Did I make this? Did you make this UI? I made this UI, my friend. This is what we worked on Friday. I made this. Nice, huh? Actually, Gatsby made the starter, and I tweak it and make it work. That's what I do. Well, we never got that working either, did we? I think I broke my site. I did break my site. There we go. Our site's back. Go back to... Wow. This is a funky looking site. This is a funky little site here. The back button doesn't seem to be working as the way it really should. Not sure why, but yeah. So I should hit this, get that, come back here, boom. All right. There, I should be able to hit back and come back here, but it's not really working. The JavaScript's not getting fired up again. fired again. It's not getting fired again. This could be the Gatsby integration with, actually, it is exactly what it is. It's the Gatsby integration with our Snipcart, which is client-side JavaScript. So something about when we go back to this page, it's not rerunning this to get the information it needs. But beyond that, I want this to look. I want the navigation. I want to click. I like everything. I like everything about this look. It's really nice. It's really clean. Except the fact that in order to do the action, I have to put the Gatsby link to navigate to the next page. And that's not really what I want for this. What I want to do here is I don't like this underline. I don't like that. And I don't want to mess with that CSS. I want to do as little CSS as possible because I'm terrible at it. So if I don't have to do it, then it actually becomes much, much better. So on that note, we're going to come in here and we're going to look at some of the documentation that Gatsby's got going on. And actually, I'm going to look probably a little bit at how can we do Gatsby here. You can use Adobe XD to design the site. You could, if I was any good at Adobe. I'm very dangerous with Adobe products. Very dangerous. I know it just this much. And things could go really great if I use them, or they could go horribly wrong. And that is not what we want to have to happen. All right, so that's not Material UI. Add material.io, card navigation, understanding navigation. Okay, so this again is going to be for the iOS and the Android applications. This is not going to be for our web application. So that's what we want to make sure we understand here. We are talking about web applications with material design, not mobile applications. So a lot of the stuff we're going to find here, like this, is in relation to the mobile side of it. So this is Material UI. This is a different library. That's Angular's library. All right, so let's come back here. Chat room, you're more than welcome to please help me out because I need it. I need all the help I can get. So if you've got anything you want me to try, let me know. I will try it on stream. I am here to learn just as much as you are. Which is maybe you're like, I didn't come here to watch you learn. I came to learn from you. You know, that's what we do here. We learn together. You have some information that I need, and I have some information you need. So it's this for that kind of thing. Quid pro quo, if you will say it.
Oh my.
Yes, I went there. So, all right. This is the grid, which we have the grid going. I'm assuming the grid's working like it should, but we only have one item right now. So here's the basic uses, the style. Really what I want to do is I want to come here and I want to go to action. And I have to have my hands correctly on the home row. Cards contain content and action about a single subject. Thank you. I agree with that. MDC cards predefine classes for content areas. Take care of their own padding. Primary action. If a majority of the card should be actionable, you can add the yes. You can also assign tab index _0 to ensure it can also be interacted with via keyboard. Ooh, that's good to know. That is good to know. We want to do that because we want it. This is going to be for our accessibility piece. You want it to be. We recommend avoiding adding other actionable items within the primary action. I agree, and I'm totally on board with that. You've got me sold. How do I actually do actions? So this is the actions area, which is not what we want. Yeah. Because you can use those with buttons. Yes, I could use this with a button, but I'm not. I've got a link I want to use. All right. So normally we would use this link thing, but that doesn't seem to be working for us. My thought now is, do we have to use this? We have to use this click thing. On click. You click this. We want you to go someplace. And when we click, we want to navigate someplace. Specifically, we're going to want to navigate to this. We'll look at something here. So let's go to F12. And obviously, I made it mad. Each child in a list should have a unique key. It should. I don't disagree. So I've got a class there that needs to be a class name. And then, I thought I did set the ID. It was a unique value. Guess we'll find out. All right. So what I really want is I want to see, what does this look like? So there's the URL, which is perfect. There's that. There's our href. Okay. Well, that honestly doesn't help me out any. So I'm going to make this up as I go. And we're going to do on click navigate. On click navigation. That's what we want. On click event and navigate. So, okay, no, don't want navigation drawers.
It's not just the ships, the armor,
CSS on click navigation.
the aircraft,
You can do that in CSS.
more. It's the
I've been out of it for quite a while if you can.
determination to win found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles
Okay.
won.
Okay, this is interesting. But it doesn't tell me anything. Well, that looked like it went somewhere. I'm curious. What does it look like behind? Okay, so it's got an href. Okay. Oh, you're doing that, aren't you? Yeah. Nice try. All right. Don't want that. On click navigation. HTML on click event. Location.href link. Okay. Linking button to a URL and on click event. Again, we got some good options here. That goes to a function. I don't want to. I'm just going to navigate. Okay, and parent.location is, so we could do that. On click location.href equals that. Demo with 2 types of buttons. Okay. All right, we could do that. Let's try. Let's see what happens. This is Gatsby, by the way. So be curious to see if this really works. So the first thing we've got to do is location.href equals, and we're going to put in our thought that's how this worked. Swear that's how we got it to work earlier. Oh, you start with the ticks. And a $sign. And it doesn't seem to like that. Is it because I need double handlebars here? Okay, I think that's what it wanted. All right, let's try this. Where we want to go with the slug. So now it doesn't like this though. Property assignment expected. Oh yeah, that's because this is not a... This is the on-click event. This is not actually properties here, so that's why that's not liking that. Of course, that's not going to do anything because that doesn't... It's not bringing that in. All right. All right, let's... A little different thing here. Little different search. Gatsby on click. Gatsby on click navigation. This is the link API, but I don't. We used link, but I didn't like what link did. I've got that. Add custom styles for the currently activated. See, again, I don't want to use link. Yeah, no. Chat room, you're more than welcome. Please throw that out there, because that's one of those frustrating things. Oh, wait. On submit this. Do something. Aha. This might work. And we're going to go ahead and navigate. Navigate. And that's what it... Let's try that. Come back here. Okay, let's go back. Oh. Products. Well, that's... The on-click is getting... Why is it getting clicked? Okay, so first things first. Get rid of this. Or let's just comment it out. And we'll delete it. So something's automatically firing that click event, which not what we want. So why is that getting fired? All right, let's first things first. Let's go fix that class. And we don't need these. No, we do need those actually. Yeah, that quick navigation there, not cool. Get rid of those. Nope, we still got that quick navigation going on. Okay. So for some reason, we applied that on click here to have it go navigate, but that's actually getting clicked. So we're closer. And where was that? Okay, that was here. Add to state programmatic navigation. So this is doing it on submit. You don't want it on submit. We want it when that primary action of Material UI is clicked. We want to go someplace. If Gatsby stream page loads, there's that. And you say it will be lost during window.location transition. So that's why we don't want to use that. We want to use some of the stuff they have built in for us. Use link only for internal links. Got it. Okay. On submit. Products. If I can get to my products page. No. Quick navigation here. So something is triggering that to jump by. So each child in English should have unique key prop. Fix that real quick. Oh, somehow I stopped. I guess I got rid of. Oh, there it is. So this actually needs to move up a level. That's what it's complaining about. Because the immediate child in that does not have that ID. All right. Let's go to products again. Try to go to products again. And it automatically directs us out of there. But, okay, so that tells us a little bit. So here's a couple of warnings in there, which is fine. But that hot reload, I don't know, is that hot reload doing a submit? It's actually not. So Gatsby click action. I'm trying to think, and some of my, I have another project here, I think. So let's go look at it. This is actually a React project, not a Gatsby project. So let's look at something real quick here. This is for each coffee. Gives us this information. So it's not really, that's not the one I want. It's going to be my coffees store page. It's going to be my store page. And it uses a link. So my thought is we're going to have to, what I don't like, I have to override that link style. Because that's really where our issue is. Our issue is more, it's more styling actually for me. Because it does right, but it just looks like yuck. And I was hoping there was a nice, easier way with this primary action here that I could do something. But I don't see that. I see where I'm going to have to put this in a link. Link, put our 2, and then have it go to node.fields.slug.
When Christina was a kid,
Close it out. No commercials here. You had enough commercials coming in here, and I'm not going to subject you to any more. So we get rid of this. Save that. Save. Back to our page. Now we can go back to products. Now it stays. Again, it's just the style. It doesn't look right. Although it functions and it works. All right. So we've got that. If there's something on here I can put to just not do the styles. That's the wrong one, Ryan. There it is. Something on here where we don't want to actually add the styles. So I'm trying not to get caught up in this whole this linking and stuff like that. But it just bothers me the fact that it doesn't seem like it's that possible. So that handles an on-click. I feel like it shouldn't be this difficult. Creating dynamic navigation in Gatsby. This is dynamic navigation. Oh, this is by the... Yeah, no. Most likely not what we are looking for. Nav UL style, and it still uses link. Override Gatsby link for anchor navigation. I feel like this is an old one. How to redirect a Gatsby to a Gatsby React page with an on-click. Link renders an anchor element. You will probably want to use navigate here instead. Yes. Nope. All right. We've added an on-click to the hamburger button. That's different. Yeah, no. Programmatically navigate with React Router. Gatsby navigation using styled components. Okay. Motivation. I was trying to find an extremely simple and responsive Gatsby navigation bar that utilized style components and use state hook, but ended up creating my own. That seems to be an issue that we're running into here. We want something we want to do, but it's not there. So we've got to do something. So let's look at what this gentleman did. Navbar link. So it used a link. Toggle. I was able to use on click. Aha. That's what it is. I think I can use on click still. I just gotta learn how, I gotta use it right is what I have to do. On click equals. And how we do it is that. Aha. Navigate to here. And be done. All right, let's try that. So what was happening is it was actually firing that method instead of the action, the delegate that we wanted it to. delegate? Yeah. Okay. Looks good. Click on it. Yes. Y'all still awake out there? It took way too long for me to figure that out. That seems like something that should be quickly and easily called out, but it's not. All right. Perfect. This may have been perfectly obvious to a JavaScript professional or someone who's been doing JavaScript for a while. Not to me. Of course, I don't do JavaScript. But now let's look at this. I like this. I wish this, I don't. So let's come back to these borders right here are bothering me about that much. I want to come and look at their sample again. Look at their demo to see. See, there is a border there that I'm not seeing. A padding that's on there. So it does all of that, but something is overriding the padding. So there we dynamically set the background image, which is fine. We should not have anything really overriding, I hope, not overriding these items in here. But we can actually, you know what? We can look at that. So let's see, do we have anything actually overriding the padding in this item? So let's see. Choosing ripple, flex, color font, body margin. I don't have any padding. I'm not seeing any kind of padding on this thing. Let's look down here. Let's look at this. Is this actually missing any padding? Demo card __ title. Is that right? Demo card _ oh, maybe this. Maybe I need this part right here. So that I think is something a little bit different. These MDCs are what I need. So let's try that. Not that. So I'm going to make this look a little bit better here. We're going to add these. Save that. Let's come back and take a look at this. Refresh. No? Anything missing that I'm seeing? No. Okay, so I added this stuff, but wait, saw something. Go to documentation real quick. I think there was a typography thing in here. I thought there was a typography thing I saw. Basic structure, styles. This is what we're using the MDC-card. MDC-card, media content. So this puts the content. This one example puts the content over the media. That's not the one we want, though. I had an example here. Their demo here, put it outside. I think we're missing the typography, though. That's going to be my guess. And so we need to go add that. Need to figure out how to add that. So that's this documentation here. No typographies. Okay. Has to be here somewhere. I remember seeing it. Is it under layout? You're supposed to basically add the typography in here. Let's go back one. Typography. Yep. Docs. Let's do that. All right, so this is where you're going to see me add this one. So really, whenever you're in your project, let's clear that out. We're going to run npm install in this. And then what that's going to do, what that is going to do is going to install a typography for material into our project alone. It's not going to install it globally or anything like that. It's installing it for this project alone. And so now once this is done, we now need to add it to our layout. And really what I like to do is I like to just check our node modules to see exactly what it is I'm bringing in. Go to distribution. Okay. Go to my layout. Of course, I gotta have that open, don't I? Whoa. Whoa. That's funky. That was probably wrong. Oh, I'm scared about what I just did. Okay. Hopefully that is... When your mouse starts acting funny and you're trying to scroll, click, and drag, bad things can happen. Okay, let's go ahead and close the node modules real quick. Open up layout.js. Bring back our node modules. We're gonna find out real quick if what I really screwed up. Import // node modules / at material / typography / dis / mdc dot typography dot min dot c css. All right, so let's run Gatsby develop again to get our Gatsby server back up and running. Okay, I didn't screw up. I don't think I screwed up much of anything yet. Okay, refresh. Better. Okay, so that looks a little bit different. What I am still missing though, my padding is still not there. So let's go back to the material design. Is this something I have to implement on my own? Or is it something that comes out of the box? Media. Supporting text, okay. I only want the web. And more what I'm looking at is the padding that seems to be missing. Elevation. Swipe. We're not doing swipes right now. We are not doing that. Scrolling. Actions. So we're not doing those. What I'm looking for though is I'm looking for a, see, all these have this padding on it. Have this inherent padding built into it. So you can see right there. But is that up to me to do? Again, it's like, I feel like there's pieces missing. So there's typography. Talked about that a little earlier. Shape. Got it. That's talking about some other pieces. We're looking more for vertical. Aha, here we go. Elevated cards. Okay. This section should not be read as prescriptive or exhaustive. Cards have no singular layout. Got it. Yes, thank you. It's like 16 pixels is what it's going on. Or is that 16 dp? So let's try that. I think I may have to implement it on my own. All right. Product.js. So that has the headline, that has the body, typography stuff in it. F12. Okay, so the font size is being overridden. Line height, font weight. So we're getting some other stuff built in here. Text decoration. Margin left and padding are still 0 from our layouts. I wonder if this overrid. No, that doesn't have anything to do with that. No. Root 24 pixels. All right. Really upset that it's that a lot of times as you see it's just implement it and it looks good. This doesn't. This is missing some padding. Again. Oh, well, that's kind of cool. Gives me that inner gridness. There's our grid. There's our inner grid. And how it lays out each cell. It's kind of cool to see. There's the cell. There's the card. It's the primary action. There's that square. There's that piece. There's that one. Inside this one, I have the H2. If this wasn't an H2 and if this was a P, what's that look like? Or a span. No. H2. All right. We're going to move on. I don't like it. I mean, I guess I could add... What is it? Down here in these things, you could add... padding dash left colon 16 device pixels. Does it say? Doesn't recognize device pixels, does it? Run web REM. 16 is too much. .5. I could have 0.5 REM to it, and it would look better. Okay, so that I'm not gonna try and get hung. I get. This is the things that kill developers a lot of times. Is these little things. So make it work and move on. I almost feel like we're after the making it work part, but we'll go ahead and update our layout.css, and we are going to go with. So JS demo card underscore primary. Padding dash left colon 0.5 device not device pickles device pickles. Am I hungry? No. Ready for something that might kill your GPU? My friend, I am up to the challenge. Our friend Snable has always likes to push the limits of my stuff. Well, believe it or not, it's not the graphics card that's good. I have a really good CPU. Now, remember, I use 2 different machines. So you won't take down my stream with this, but you will. You may take down my development machine. Padding left 0.5 rem. All right, let's make sure this looks good right now. Okay. All right, now let's go see what our friend Snable has for us. Copy link. Oh, look at this. Look what he's done for us. My friend, you are a little bit of a savant here. I like that. That is... It's shiny. I like shiny. I like it. I only have one piece of advice for you on it. Keep the image within the back. So right now the image goes actually behind the border. You can see it going behind there now. Keep it in there. And then it will be it. It's a bit choppy on stream. So it is a little bit on here as well. Yeah, I can see it on this. I'm looking at my stream preview. It is a little bit choppy. See if I decrease the size. That help it out a little bit? No. So I can make it. It's just the way the stream. Because it's going. Yeah. It's a little jumpy here in my stream. My video as well. Or on my machine. It's just a little bit of hesitation in there. Nice. I like it. Pull in the border, you say. Yes, pull in the border. So don't let the image be covered. Just barely scrape it. So you don't want the image to be covered by the border. Just barely scrape it. As you can see, it's getting ready to should be right here. It's starting to get ready to hit behind the border. Oh, at the top it's hitting it. But you do that and it's gonna pop. Now, are you using a WebM format? That would be the only other thing I would think. Let's inspect that. The video should be using, so it's using Canvas. Your browser doesn't appear to support HTML5. What? I'm using Edge, Chromium. What do you mean it doesn't support HTML5? That's fixable. Using what? Yeah, I mean, look at that. It says I'm not using HTML5. My browser doesn't appear to support HTML5. Yeah, and there's no video here. I don't know why that's... I'm not sure what's going on with that. So... Yeah, no, so the best thing is for the web, use the WebM format. That's going to be the compressed video. I know that only shows that the browser doesn't support it. View page source. Okay. Ah, look at you. Okay, so you're running inside. You're actually running the shader in the... So if you get it out to be... If you put it in the video, then I think it won't be jumpy. No, WebM. So your shader toy website will actually produce a... let me show you. Yeah, it'll produce a WebM video. And that's going to be compressed and optimized for the web. So yeah, I noticed whenever I was in the shader toy and I hit the record button, it actually outputs it in WebM format already. So. All right, let's move along, my friends. We've been here 2 hours. Holy smokes. We need to do something else besides design. All right. So we've got that. So we got our N95 mask. That's fine. That takes us back there. It's our add to cart. Check out our cart. Yeah, this is... So we're having an issue where we're not loading the cart stuff. So we're having an issue with our Snipcart integration. So I want to see if anybody out there has... I actually thought I saw somebody that had a Gatsby Snipcart thing. Gatsby Snipcart. There's a Snipcart plug. Well, look at that. This is what I needed yesterday. So I tried to pull Gatsby in directly from there. So, all right, before we get started, we're gonna, our friend Snable's got something for us. Copy link. Let's go check it out. Yeah, so this is, yeah, so it's a little jumpy on there. Yes, yeah, it's just clipping that, bring that border in. But see, if I hit this record button, it recorded it in a WebM format, which means it's compressed, ready for the video, for the web. And then your web page only displays the video, rather than trying to render the shader and all that kind of stuff. I like it. All right, let's go look at this Gatsby plugin Snipcart. All right, usage. A plugin for using Snipcart with Gatsby. That's what we want. Okay, so our Gatsby config file, add Monto Express plugins, resolve Gatsby plugin Snipcart, add your API key. I like it. Let's go try that. Options, APK, snipcart, API, JavaScript, a snipcart, JavaScript file, styles. All right, let me go. So there's the usage. Is that all I really need to do for that? I guess we'll find out here really quick. Because we're going to try that. I'm going to close that. I'm not sure why that opened up a new file. I am going to go into our chatting screen so I can update our config file. So that's the one thing, is my config file actually contains some pieces of information for content that is sensitive. So it's something I'm definitely going to have to remove for checking into a public repository. So right now let's resolve. Let's see. Gatsby plugin snipcart. I'm not sure if this is an official snipcart. But if it is, that's awesome. Options. Adding in my API key. Ooh, not what I wanted. Okay, nope. All right, so now let me go grab that from the file it's in. I think we put it in the layout, or did we put it in index.js? So I'm cutting that out. All right, so that says, so that should be good now. Assuming the plugin works. All right, so we are going to have to stop our stuff to go restart it. Let's come back to the coding screen here. We're going to stop our Gatsby develop, and we're going to rerun it. And now this should pull in. Okay, so it didn't like some. Couldn't find the Gatsby plugin snipcart. Plugin declared. Okay, did I miss something here? Gatsby-plugin-snipcart. All right. Go back to my doing secret stuff screen and pull back up the Gatsby config file. Gatsby plugin snipcart. Can't find it. What? View plugin on GitHub. Let's view the plugin on GitHub. It's been archived by the owner. Oh, do not use. Now part of Escalade, a monorepo, which doesn't exist. That tells me why it's not there. It's not supported anymore. But it did do stuff in the Gatsby SSR. So let's... All right, so I'm going to go close this config file so I don't expose anything by accident. And we'll bring you back over to this coding screen. All right. So this is what their repo, the legacy Gatsby plugin. Escalade Sports. It's who originally did this. So they had this stuff. I wonder if this is all I need to do. I wonder if I need to do stuff like this to get it. Object.assign, API key, JavaScript, jQuery styles, script key, snipcart language, snipcart style. Okay, I'm going to try this. I'm very interested in this piece. See if we can't get this a little bit because I'm having a lot of trouble with this integration. And I would really like this to work. Because it would be much easier if I could use a plugin and have it do everything than if I have to do like what I'm doing now, which is not working. But it may be a limitation. I don't know. Because right now when I do my navigates and everything and I come back, it's not firing that JavaScript again. So let's go to our SSR, which is what we did before. So on render body is where this is going to happen. So this was set post body components. Set post body components. Is that even used in this thing anywhere? Oh yeah, there it is. Uh-huh. Okay, so there's that one. Set post body components. Components. Okay, let's go add this. And that is going to be in here. I think it's just going to be part of this. Okay. And then it's going to copy all this piece right here. And we'll actually update that. Because I don't know if these URLs are correct anymore. Link to lang file. Yeah, let's get rid of that option for now. This also wants some options here. Which we'll do by doing this. All right, so let's go look at our other code. I think it's in layout. And then we'll copy our key here. That's going to be this part right here. Copy. Replace. Okay. Product, no, layout. So our style sheet is going to be this one. Okay, let's go back here. Here's this snip cart. JavaScript. Oh, no. Not the file I wanted. This right here. I don't think we need jQuery. Okay. Now I'm going to go back and we're going back to chatting just for a second while I go and rip out that plugin that I wanted to use that doesn't exist. So close, yet so far. Save that. Close that file. Let you all experience whether we got this right or wrong. Okay. And I just realized I didn't pull any of the other stuff that we had in there out. We'll do that in just a second. So this seems to think that it's working. Okay, there we go. Mask cover. Go to products. We still have that. That. Yeah, it didn't. Okay. Let's come in here. Layout.js. We're going to remove some of this stuff. Remove that. And we're going to remove that. Nope. We're going to remove this. Okay, so now that's there. Let's reload that. That. No, it totally broke our implementation. Yeah, so if I add the cart, nothing. Undefined. Okay. So that didn't work. Still not. I'm still sad. So let's put all this back. Because this is a frustrating point. We have the Snipcart integration. And it works about 50% of the time. It actually works on it works the first time you go to the page. Any other time, because the page is cached, guessing, it doesn't run the JavaScript. Now I go back, doesn't run it until I hit refresh. Refresh the page, JavaScript refires. So whether I'm not sure if this is this has to be some way with the way Gatsby routes and uses Snipcart, and the way Snipcart works. Just they're not jiving. All right, let's see what else we have here. Gatsby Snipcart, Gatsby Starter J. What is this? What is this? Let's look at this one. Okay, so let's visit the demo. Let's visit the demo here. Let's see if they have it working. Add to basket. Adding it. Nice. Continue shopping. Let's go back here and let's come back in here. Yeah, it still works. Okay, so they have theirs working. So what is their secret sauce? Let's go find out. What is this? The code? Pinterest. You're gonna allow me to pin this to Pinterest? Tweet it out. Really what I want is this. Let's go look at the GitHub repo. Let's see what their config looks like. So they are using Helmet. Gatsby plugin Snipcart. Oh! Just did this and this doesn't work. How old is this repo? July 3rd, 2019. It's almost a year old. Keeping track of this account. Thanks for the follow. I feel seen. I feel watched now. All right. So I swear this is what we tried to do. Gatsby plugin React helmet. I'm going to copy this. But my feeling is this doesn't work. This plugin isn't acceptable anymore. So let's go back. Let's, again, hide out. So we're going to get rid of this stuff. Just cleaning up some stuff in here real quick. Go into my config. And I will replace their stuff with my demo count. Their key, that is. And come back to some code. And then we do need to restart our server here. Gatsby develop. Yep. And again, so they are using an outdated plugin. Unfortunately, if you pulled this down and tried to use it, it shouldn't work. This would make it super simple to do, but this is using an old version of everything. Golf, you track everyone. Hey, what can I say? I still feel special. All right. Darn it. Because our Gatsby plugin, this is really what we want. And unfortunately, this, I don't think this will work anymore. The only thing it would, well, it won't npm install. It'll work, and then you do Gatsby develop, it'll fail. Okay. Okay, let's go back. Gatsby plugin that doesn't work anymore. Really needs to be actually taken down off the Gatsby site. Gatsby, if you're listening. All right. Build an e-commerce site with Gatsby, Datamo, CMS, and Snipcart. Let's see what this looks like. Now, I'm curious when this was written. Okay, March 29th. It's pretty recent. Last updated a day ago. Okay, I wish you would tell me what was last updated on it. Ooh, edit this page on GitHub. I guess I can see. Okay, create a new site. There's that. Okay. I'm gonna go back. I want to read it. Look at it through here. Zoom in on this. Oh, there's 150. All right, so really what we're doing is the configuration piece here. That's what we want to look at. We already have a great CMS working for us, the Kentico content, so we're not going to worry about the CMS piece. Let's go look at, so choosing create a new site. Yeah. Okay, editing locally. Now you should be able to run Gatsby develop. All right, so yep, now we have Gatsby develop running. That's what we've got. It's a pretty nice looking eShop there. I like it. Since you're not using it anymore, you can remove the link animation. Configuring the shopping cart. Again, this is using this plugin. This plugin doesn't work. Every time I try to do this, I get a Gatsby develop error. I feel like I'm missing something now. Of course, even the plugin says, once you go to the repo, says do not use. Connecting your repo, that's... So let's look at all the pull requests. That's on Gatsby. I don't want it on Gatsby. I want on this. I want to look at all the commits on this one. Add e-commerce tutorial blog post. So yeah, I'm not seeing... I'm not seeing what's all the stuff for this. I'm not 2 months ago, 8 months ago. Yeah. I have a feeling a lot of this was done prior to something to the shutting down of that plugin. No, it wasn't helpful to me. All right, Snipcart case study. Snipcart Gatsby Grav. No. Yeah. You plug in on GitHub. I wonder if it told me. Here. Let's go to packages. Statable, US States lib, Zygote cart. Let's look in here for Snipcart. React Snipcart, Legacy Snipcart, updated on February. So they shut it down on February 10th. Snipcart is already mostly configured. You only need to swap your own API key for the one included in the sample project. I'm going to try this again. We're going to look at this. I'm going to go back and check out the config here. And we'll come in here and borrow this. Save that. Okay. Close that. It's just not working. It's just not working for us. So let's look. So it says, couldn't find the Gatsby plugin as Snipcart plugin declared by that. Tried looking for a local plugin in that. Tried looking for an installed package in the following paths. Oh, Ryan, you have to install it. It's like if I come up here and look at, oh, kills me. I kill myself. I'm my own worst enemy here. Yeah, just like I had to install Kentico, I need to install this one. npm install Gatsby -plugin -snipcart. I wonder if that's actually defined somewhere. And again, I'm trying to move too fast. All right. Whoa. Why do I have that open? Let's see. Yep. Look at that. But this is actually an older version of Snipcart. It's not the newer one. It's not the version 3, and that I think is going to be my issue. That is actually my big issue with this. This I just did this, and this is actually version 2 of the Snipcart. It's not version 3. So if I look at everything it's doing something different. So if I look Gatsby plugin, we're looking at Gatsby plugin Snipcart. You got to refresh it. Gatsby plugin Snipcart. There we go. There's our source. I guess I could update our source here, right? Would that work? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's try it. So let's update our style sheet to the latest and greatest style sheet. I need that back. Oh, it's right there. Style sheet to this. Okay. Then let's update our JS with the latest and greatest. Okay. And that should be it. Of course, I don't think this is going to work like I want it. Let's find out. This might actually break. Okay, so that actually broke. It didn't like updated one package. Yeah, it re-updated them back to the new. That's not what I want. So that didn't work. error in the config. Let's try this now. No. Yes, terminate. That's why I ran the wrong thing, didn't I? Instead of Gatsby develop, I reinstalled it again. Yeah. Okay, let's... Okay. Save that. Gatsby develop. See if that works. Now I might need to stop and remove some of my stuff, but let's go look at our site. Okay, go to that. Doesn't work. Refresh it, it works. Go back. Doesn't work. Fresh, it works. So not really working. If options jQuery. So we have the styles. So let me look at that. So this is when the body is rendered every time. And that's how it's getting around. That's how this was getting around all of that. But the library has to be loaded before the body is rendered in order for this to work. No. The body has to be rendered and then their library has to be loaded because it needs those elements already there. God, okay. Let's come back here. So that's that one. Can I pin that open? I need that to stay open. So our implementation works just for one page. And any navigation away or coming back and it's going to break. Because the JavaScript's not fired again upon post rendering of the body. Now we need it to post render. So that's putting elements in the head. And we need to also take care of the other piece, which was post set. What was it? Set post body components. Okay. So after the head, set post body components. So it was basically, we were doing this piece. But really what we want is this right here. Come back over here. Nope. And this was going to be components. Oh, you ever get that just itch in your ear? Yeah. So we wanted to register what we have going on here in our layout. So we just need to re-register the script. The item's going to be there for us. So really all we need is this piece right here. All right, so post body. We wanted to render our, redo this part right here. So let's take this out. Make sure I got that set right. Simpler.js. That. I don't think it needs any of these other pieces. Does it? No. Data API equals options dash API key. So let's try to bring in options here. You know what? I don't need that though. It's not set on this one anymore. No, API key set at a different level now. So this is all old school. And we'll go ahead and leave that. And did I get rid of Control X that? Save. Oh, yeah. Hang on one second. I'm gonna get rid of one other thing here. That plugin needs to go. It's not valid, not valuable. Okay. Okay, so it's running. Okay, let's go back. Let's go backwards. No. I wonder if I need to run Helmet on it. I bet I do. Okay, so let's go back and let's stop. Let's come back in here to our SSR. Wrap this in Helmet. Not sure what else I have today. No. Save that. Gatsby develop. Bring that back up and let's run it. All right. Okay. Refresh our page here. Now it doesn't even work at all. Products. Yeah, I completely broke it with the helmet. Set post body components. Doesn't. I wonder. Well, I wonder. Boom. Do do do. So these are good for legacy. If you want to use the new snip cart, it doesn't. It's not going to work right now. I actually returned these. Oh, that does something a little bit different. So I can that, and I can actually just change this to be more in line with what we had before. The other one. As we try things, as we clean things up, change them, just make sure we don't inadvertently fix something. That's why you see me stop and restart it. Yeah, no. So this has some problems with product link, image style visible. Yeah, okay. They're all warnings. So if we look at our network, Font Awesome comes in, but our CSS comes in, but we don't actually see the Snipcart JavaScript get loaded, which is what the problem is. So let's go look at Gatsby's set post body components. On render body, replace renderer wrap. Let's see. Ooh. I'm not seeing that anymore. Set post body components. Gatsby server rendering HTML. On pre-render HTML. I want on post. Maybe that's, I need to use a different one. On post render. Nope. Body render. Render body. So on render body. It's called after every Gatsby page. Every page Gatsby server renders while building HTML, so you can set head and body components to be rendered in your HTML. Gatsby does a 2-pass for the HTML. It loops through your pages first, rendering only the body, and then takes the result body HTML string and passes it to the body. Prop to your HTML.js to complete the render. So maybe I've messed this up a little bit here. Okay. Example, move typography JS styles to the top of the head section so they're loaded first. Set head components, so on render body. So we're doing the on render body there. Set body attribute, set body components. I wish it told me what's available here. So this is replace renderer. Set pre-body components, set post-body components. Takes an array of components as its first argument, so that is there. Set post-body components takes an array of components as its first argument, which are added to the post-body components array, which is passed to the HTML.js component. So helmet. Gatsby. Helmet. May not be a Gatsby thing. Drop-in support for server rendering data added with React Helmet. So that's using, so that's not what I want to, I don't want to use helmet. Okay. Gatsby develop again. Okay, there's that. Refresh, still no bueno. Yeah, nope. So I look at F12 here. The CSS gets loaded. But I don't see us load any of the I don't see us load any of the stuff for the step cart. Cart, yeah, doesn't work. Replace render. Wait a second. Oh no, there's more set post to body components on the on render body. But it doesn't. So let's look at this. Gatsby. Load external. JavaScript post body render. Yes, I know. Yep. How does Gatsby use React components? Yes, page components. And this may be where we got to do it. Fortunately. So we talked about not having the HTML.js, but that's maybe exactly what we need to do. So how would I get this HTML.js?
Cross mountain ranges, split cells, command the tools of tomorrow. We are a team of 1 million unique and powerful individuals.
Typically, you should
With us, and you
omit
can
this
take on
from
anything.
your site, as the
What's your
default
goal?
HTML.js will suffice. If you need more control over it, then it's valuable to have an HTML.js. So here's what we need to do. Let's copy this. All right, now we have HTML.js. Now we can go add the piece we need, and we can move on about our day. And I can still be a little frustrated by the fact that we're not able to do this. HTML.js. Drop here at the bottom of the body. Save it. Gatsby develop. All right. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's go back. Refresh. Oh, come on, really? Products. Post body components, there's that, but that has to be done prior to. Okay, that's what we got to do though too. So it's a couple of things here. Let's come back to our helmet. HTML.js. Okay, there's that. Come in here. Still. Refresh it, it works. Add to cart. Good job. Go back. So we've got 3. Let's go back a page. No, I don't do. Products. Doesn't work until I hit refresh. JavaScript doesn't load. Reload JavaScript. Gatsby on navigation. React when navigating to a page. In Gatsby, React navigate page can't scroll it until reload on mobile. If I reload that page once I get it, then I can scroll. What could it be? So that's different. Not what I want. All right. Well, that is going to do it, folks. We're at 3 hours. We got styling done. It looks better. I'm much happier with the way this looks. Much better on the products page. Gets us here. This can use a little cleanup a little better. What I'm really frustrated with by now is basically the snip cart. Because the way snip cart's got to work is the JavaScript has to be loaded on the page that you're running. So when the JavaScript's loaded, it goes out and grabs the elements that it knows, and then it modifies them to go and, to basically contain the information and act that snipcart needs to. Now, unfortunately, the way when we navigate with Gatsby, and React. Most like it's React. It doesn't work. It doesn't reload the JavaScript. Let me validate that. I mean, that was a wild assumption. Because I want at the bottom of every... So there's Snipcart. Oh. All right, let's try this. Okay, let's refresh this. F12. So snipcart.js. It loaded, and then we're done. Okay. Let's clear that. Now we go to go back. We're back here. Let's go to F12. So we didn't actually reload, but the DOM hasn't changed. Super fast site, but my cart doesn't work anymore. Gatsby. Force. JavaScript. Reload on navigation. Gatsby. So this, I'm not seeing it. So I'm gonna have to talk. I'm gonna have to reach out to some people, see what we can do. What is the problem? Well, actually, not what the problem. What can we do to solve this problem? I want to thank everyone for joining me today. It has been an interesting 3 hours, but I'm glad you all could be here. I hope you had a good time. Hope you have a great rest of your week if I don't talk to you on Wednesday. Otherwise, I'll be back here Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. So set your watches, set your clocks. I'll be back. We'll be talking about something else. Follow me on Twitter, and I will let you know what we're going to be working on. If not, follow me here and I'll let you know when I go live. And you can also tell you what I'm going to work on. So y'all have a good rest of your day, good evening, or good morning. Later.